just gets away from you guys a little bit in the first half. Just kind of what you see in that margin at halftime.
Yeah, it's just collectively, I think it's a disappointing result, obviously. Thought we could have done better, a lot better on both sides of the ball, but mainly the controllable stuff like our effort in transition, right? Our ball movement, sharing, playing with the pass. I think that got away from us early, and we just weren't able to ever kind of get back to playing the basketball that we've seen, that we had in camp. I got to do a better job. I think I'm putting too much on the plate of some of our guys, and I think they're thinking too much out there. And I think it's tough at any level to play when you're thinking. So I got to simplify some things, and that's on me. And I'll do a better job of that. And I'm sure that I think we'll come out Tuesday. I think Tuesday is our next game, and we'll have a much better result.
I think between Ty, Ryan, AJ, a bunch of guys that can kind of handle the ball, run the show.
Yeah.
It was a bit of a struggle for them in the first half. What were you seeing with those guys? Just not maybe getting you guys in the offense.
Yeah, I think thing with AJ is he's 19, right? And he's handling the ball for us, and he's running the show. And he's not only doing that, but he's playing with guys that we're kind of trying to feature out here, that are probably going to be a part of our rotation next year. So that's a ton for a 19-year-old. But honestly, I think he's doing a great job. He's going to have ups and downs. I don't think anyone is thinking that it's just going to be perfect for him. But this is a big-time growing opportunity for him. And even though obviously the result was really difficult, I think individually he did some positive things. And we'll get back, we'll watch some film with him, we'll sit down with him, and he'll grow from this.
I was going to say, how do you kind of keep him up? Because obviously it's going to be up and down.
Yeah.
Like, how do you, as a coach, try to help him out and, keep the confidence and keep him in a good place?
I think luckily what I've seen from him, he was in for a draft workout, and I've spent the last 2 weeks with him. The kid he has an infectious personality. He's someone that I think everyone, top to bottom in the organization, enjoys being around, and he just loves being on the court. He loves working. He understands that the learning curve, especially at his position, playing a lot of point guard, is going to be steep, but he hasn't been phased at all, and I think he's shown the right attitude, and obviously his confidence is where we need it to be. I don't think it's going to be an issue for him. I think that he's someone that you don't want to stunt his growth by kind of cutting back what you're giving to him. I think you just give him as much as you can and see what he could do with it.
What's the message like on July 14th, though, when you have a game like this with 25 turnovers and get kind of crushed in the boards now? Like, what's the post-game message to them and the message to them tomorrow morning? What's it like?
Yeah, I mean, it's funny being around these young guys. All of a sudden, I'm the old guy, right? But I've been through enough in my life to I know where I've learned a lot, and I know that sometimes you have really good experiences, and you look back on them and you're like, oh, that wasn't always so good, and then sometimes you have bad experiences, right? And you look back on them 6 months, a year, 2 years later, and you're like, that was the best thing that could have happened for me. So I think that this is a huge learning experience for us, and life, regardless of good experiences, bad experiences, about how you react to those experiences that you have. And I think it gives us an opportunity we have another game Tuesday, and to come out and kind of show who we know we are.
How important is it, too, just to have that on film, just for them to actually see it?
Oh, man, without a doubt. We got a great coaching staff here. A lot of our development coaches are here, and a big part of their job is sitting down with the guys and watching individual clips. And, usually we like to sandwich it with some good and some bad. I think after today's game there'll be a little bit more bad clips to show, but ultimately it's a really powerful tool for us, and we'll use it, the film.
Just what have you liked from Chris Leary thus far during summer? It feels like he's been solid for you guys kind of in both games.
It's kind of what I referred to about, I think, giving some of our guys too much and they're playing in thought. Chris is playing a ton of different positions for us. He's played 3 through 5 for us, and I'm asking him to do a ton. And I'm asking him to kind of do more than he's been doing, in his last year with us or so. I think the biggest thing for him is he's now kind of like a leader position. He's in a leader position, and he has the opportunity to be more vocal with the guys that he's playing with. And that's a whole nother level of it, because now you got to talk out coverages. Now you got to be at the back line of the defense and kind of communicating more, and that's hard to do while playing. So I think he's been great. I think his effort and his energy has been great. He's obviously shown some improvement with his outside shot. I mean, he's in the gym every day working on that, and I'm really happy to see the steps that he's taken with that. But overall, man, he's such a Swiss Army knife in what he could do on the court. And again, another young guy who's got a tremendous future ahead of him, and I got to just balance giving him a lot, but maybe not giving him too much.
With Andre, just being around him for the last year, he's someone that when the team wins, he's really excited about, but when the team loses, he takes it really hard. How do you try to, he's such a competitor, to channel it in a good way, I suppose?
I think I think emotions are really important, right? I think emotions let you know that you're alive, and I think emotions kind of, push you to be the best version of yourself, right? And everyone shows their emotions or handles their emotions differently. I think you see Andre's emotions, and I think that's what makes him so special. He's someone who, he's one of the few guys playing at this summer league where I think you could throw him into an NBA conference finals game, and he's the type of dude with the energy and the athleticism that he plays with. He can impact any game at any level. Biggest thing for him is we got to find a balance to that, right? Where he's playing hard, but he's also playing within himself. I think he's done a pretty good job of that today. Did a pretty good job of that today. I need to see him kind of be quicker with his decision making. A lot of times he's taking one extra dribble, but I think the important thing to understand with Andre is that he's seeing the right play. He's a very, very cerebral player, and people don't see that sometimes, or they get lost in that because of the athleticism he has, but he has a really, really high basketball IQ, and I think his future is going to be tremendous with us.